Okay, in this lab, we're going to take a look at how the electromagnetic spectrum is produced by doing flame tests on various metals. The electron is involved in this because, as you might or might not know, electrons are a kind of ambiguous type of creature. They're not necessarily a small little particle like this. They actually act more like a wave in their nature. Now that's a difficult concept to wrap your head around, and you won't learn more about it until next year. But for right now, if you are in chapter 6, you will learn a lot about how the wave-particle duality works. If you're not in chapter 6, then you'll learn more about it in the future. For this lab, though, what you need to know is we're going to take various metals that are made up of atoms, and we're going to take those atoms that have electrons, and we're going to give those electrons extra energy by putting them into a flame. The flame is going to come from a Bunsen burner. Please draw this picture in your notebook. When we add energy to these electrons, the electrons move from their normal orbital or normal place where they reside to a space that is further away from the nucleus. When they move far away from the nucleus here, they panic. And eventually the electron says, I've got to move back to my home, my normal place where I reside. When that happens, energy is emitted. The energy that's emitted happens to be in the form of electromagnetic radiation. Over here on page 215 in your textbook is a look at the electromagnetic spectrum, and you can see that it contains energies that are called radio energies. Those are used like in cell phones or in radios. Microwaves, like is in your microwave that heats up food. Infrared and ultraviolet. X-rays, of course, that are used to like look at your teeth or your bones. And then there's gamma rays here. And in the middle, there's a small little slice that is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. This is the only part of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can actually visibly see. All the rest is invisible. It's still energy, it's just we can't see it with our eyes. The cool thing about this lab is we're going to make these electrons move and then give off energy in the visible region. This is the thing that makes fireworks work. And so when you see fireworks and you see them have different colors, red, orange, yellow, or green, or blue, it's because they added energy to different metals to make them have this type of visible energy. These energies in the electromagnetic spectrum are measured in what are called wavelengths. And you can see red is 750 nanometers, yellow is pretty close to 600, and purple down here is close to 400. You'll have to record the spectrum nanometers, the wavelength, for the different metals. Here is a data page that you need to write down, and there are two other metals that we need to add to this. I believe one is lithium, and the other one is potassium. And please copy this data table down, and on the next video you'll actually see me performing the flame test lab. You'll have to write down the spectrum color, and then you'll have to write down the wavelength that is associated with that color by using this or another electromagnetic spectrum chart. More on the next video.